Hello beautiful human, my name is RidersDX and today we're going to be talking about something that I am most certainly an expert in. Sports. Yep, I've done them my entire life. I mean, those 2 push-ups I did when I was in high school were very iconic indeed. But anyway, what we're going to talk about today specifically is a brand new Nickelodeon crossover game on the Apple Arcade. Yeah, I know it's not the most exciting thing in the world, but hey, it is a proper crossover game and there's actually a lot that's going into this game, so I thought it'd be a cool idea to take a deep dive into it and kind of just let you all know about what it is and what we think of it. Now, this game is called Nickelodeon Extreme Tennis, so it is a tennis game. It's developed by a developer named Old Skull Games, who have worked on quite a few mobile titles, with a lot of them being on Apple Arcade, such as Master Chef, Let's Cook, Detective Jackie, Mystic Case, some Amber's Airline games, and, well, Spongebob Patty Pursuit, another game that I know nothing about because I refuse to get an iPhone. And so you're probably wondering, how am I going to talk about this game if I don't have an iPhone and thus have no way of playing this? Well, my good old editor Dave does have an iPhone and he went through the trouble of playing this game, let me know his opinions on it, and recording the footage that you see right now. And so he's basically done most of the work of this video, so give a great shout out to him. But I'll go ahead and just kind of present you all with what he came to find out. And I do have a somewhat of an opinion too, since I did get to see him play. No, it's not the same as playing it, but what you gonna do, right? The show must go on. So in terms of how the game plays, I'm assuming most of you have played some kind of tennis game on the console at some point in the past, but this being on a phone, it's definitely gonna be a little bit different. So the game basically consists of one single digital analog that you can find at the bottom of the screen, and whatever happens on screen depends solely on what you do with that analog stick. So you use it obviously to move around, but you also use it to serve and also use it to influence the direction you want to hit the tennis ball. So all this stuff being mapped to the same thing has led to some frustration, because sometimes when you try to go hit a ball, for instance, sometimes the analog stick will think you're still trying to move rather than hit the ball and cause you to mess up constantly. This was something that Dave ran into many times while playing the game, so not the best design option, but I mean, it's a mobile phone, what are you gonna do? Beyond the typical moves, each character also has a special move that you can build up strength for, and once you build up that strength, each character has a unique move that basically gives them a free point. So one is, for example, Spongebob making a Krabby Patty mid-match and launching it towards the opposing player, giving them an instant win. Michelangelo also calls upon the other Ninja Turtles for help in the match, so it's actually a pretty cool thing because they definitely were able to implement some nice references into the game from doing this. There's also a bunch of items you can use, such as slime, which will let you throw a glob of slime at your opponent the next time you hit a ball. If your opponent walks in it, they get stuck and it slows them down a little bit. There's also one that puts a bunch of balls on your opponent's side that if they touch will stun them temporarily. So I feel like this game actually already has more things going on in it than Mario Tennis for the Wii U, so it's got some things going for it. The game also offers some special events that players can attend, which adds different effects to the environment to challenge you while playing. The most recent one fogs up the tennis court and challenges you to play your opponent while clouds cover up the middle of the course. Yeah, it's really fun not being able to see. The game also offers daily quests, event quests, and quests to complete for playing the game overall, and you can gain awards from that. Each character also has customization features, and you can even combine certain items together to get a chance of getting a great cosmetic item for your character. You can also change the racket you get for your character, and the more you upgrade them, the more powerful your character becomes. There are a bunch of courses featured in this game, though Dave was only able to get to 3 of them, so those 3 being Bikini Bottom with Spongebob, the Rooftop with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Hillward with Hey Arnold, so a lot of familiar locations being implemented here. The character roster is as follows: Spongebob, Michelangelo, Angelica, CatDog, Arnold, Garfield, Helga, Zim, Rocco, and Danny. So a pretty diverse roster, I gotta say, very reminiscent to the Game Boy entertainment games actually. As you play the game more, you can level up your characters to make them powerful in matches, and when they reach level 5, you can unlock a certain passive ability for the character. Spongebob, for instance, if he performs a perfect shot, he generates a protective bubble. With Michelangelo, whenever he dashes, it throws a manhole cover at the opponent. And with Angelica, dashing results in throwing toys on your opponent's court. Each character has their own abilities, and it's definitely another way of implementing some characteristically unique features towards each player. Overall, the game features a solid cast with some decent music and surprisingly voice acting, which is something that's really shocking for everyone considering the fact that the Nickelodeon games that Game Build Entertainment has been putting out contain no voice acting whatsoever. So essentially, Nickelodeon put more budget into a mobile tennis game than Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I'll just kind of let you all sit with that right now. In terms of the control, Dave said it was smooth but weird given that you can only use one analog stick throughout the entire match. It would be really nice to have another option playing a game, such as using a Bluetooth controller, but since it's a mobile title, there are limitations. But maybe that's something that will be implemented in the future. The design of the game and options of customization is something that Dave was really fond of, and it kept him interested in playing the game. Plus, I personally like the art design of this game. It's got a cell shaded thing, kind of reminds me of Spongebob Surf and Skate, but it looks really solid here and all the characters look like they fit into an environment, so I kind of dig the art style here. There is a story mode option. It basically takes you to a number of matches dubbed as episodes, and each character basically has their own reason for joining the tennis games, and that's basically what you get to learn about in the story mode. Completing the story mode with any character gives you an outfit for that character specifically, along with a bunch of other unlockables. One thing that Dave found annoying though is that sometimes leveling up would give you access to a new move, which is a bit annoying considering the fact these are moves that you probably should have access to right off the bat. It's basically like different ways of hitting the ball and such, things that would typically be in tennis games from the very start. However, in Dave's opinion, the super gauge, passive abilities for each character and items that can be used really could turn this into a competitive mobile game. There's a lot of potential here. It's just too bad it's an Apple Arcade exclusive, so there's really not much need for a competitive scene for this game. But I personally really like the variety of characters and franchises offered in the spin-off, and it's also a good sign that there's voice acting in here because maybe Nickelodeon's turning over a new leaf and will actually put in some decent budget into these games. We've definitely seen Nickelodeon get a lot more invested in terms of video games compared to before. I feel like after 2015, Nickelodeon just didn't really care much about video games anymore, but we've slowly seen them come back to it and put in a lot more effort into making these projects. They've always had a very strong mobile game scene, but now they're doing that concurrently with console games, and this game could very well be a console game if they wanted to expand it upon a little bit more and just make it a full-fledged game. But for now, this is a pretty fun title from what I can see. It's got some control issues and it's got some weird things going for it, but overall, it's just a fun Nickelodeon crossover game, and I'm surprised that something like this is on the phone because it seems like there's a lot going into it, and I mean, a tennis game could sell them tons if they wanted to release it on retail. But anyway, I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did y'all play this game? Let me know if you liked it or not, and let me know if you want to see any other kinds of Nickelodeon sports games in the future. I mean, we've had baseball, now we have tennis, we got who knows what else in the past. I wonder what else we could get in the future. Who knows? But yeah, this is awesome. But yeah, thank you all so much. This is Riders, riding out.
Spongebob versus Cat Dog.
That was great!
One love.
I thought you played this game before.
All one.
Wow!
2-1.
Here's your order.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Special shout out to my patrons, New Gamer Hub, Team Rattle Sign Gamer, Trash Q, Claw84. These are my patrons / YouTube members. If you'd like to become a patron or YouTube member and get access to a whole bunch of different perks, then please check out the links in the description box below. But alright, this is Riders, riding out.